right, the regular meeting of the Swanzey Board of Selectmen for today, March 8th, is called to order.
I'll make a motion, we approve the regular meeting minutes of February 22nd.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Anything to add, Julius?
No, I think that's exactly what we needed.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody online?
Nope.
Anybody? Oh, Joe. No public input. Director of Public Works, Joe DiRusso. How are you?
Well, yourself?
Great, thanks. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Wasn't great news that you gave us, but
No.
or are about to give us.
I like staying there, I like in the field.
Need the microphone.
So where do we want to start with the alarms, or do we want to start with the big ticket item?
Might as well start wherever you want.
Okay,
You got 5 minutes.
with the sidewalk plow, obviously it's a pretty substantial amount of money approved by CIP. Done quite a bit of research on it because it is such a substantial amount of money, and there are some other brands that are made, but they're a little bit less money. One of the company names is Folder. But all the research I've done is when it's, I believe it's a German company, when you break down getting parts is next to impossible at times. But the one good thing, more than just a sidewalk plow, you'll see in there that I have a flail bull mower that I have priced out in there. So basically eliminate the need to hire, what we do now, hire contractors to do our roadside mowing. We'll be able to do all that. It's also something that we can use to help the rail trail at times. So that's approximately a $40,000 attachment to the machine, but it makes it so you're getting a lot more out of it than just doing the sidewalks. The other thing that I think some people aren't aware of, that we use those during paving operations, we use those sidewalk plows for, they have sweeper attachments, and we use a plow blade, and we actually use the shouldering with them. So it's not just simply the sidewalk plow, but that is obviously the number one reason we use it for. The other thing, as far as getting other quotes, trackless is kind of proprietary. When you contact them, they basically tell you need to go through HP Fairfield. They're the ones that cover this region. We deal with them on the trucks at all. We have a pretty good working relationship with. Unlike some of the other equipment, say for example, when it coming up soon to replace the backhoe, I wouldn't be looking to purchase a new backhoe. I'd be looking to purchase one with low hours on it. I'd use one. I looked around at the prices. For example, a used just a tractor, a used 2019 tractor, they were asking $190,000 for without any attachment. So it's not like there's a lot of money to be saved up with a used machine. The lifespan on in a larger city, they get upwards of 25 years out. I can only imagine how much we use it would be that much more. We would be getting rid of one machine. We have two machines now, so we'll be getting rid of the older one. But that they wouldn't even be interested in giving us a price as far as trade, so we have to look to sell it on municipal, but it's not worth a lot of money. I would guess maybe $3,000 to $5,000 within a municipal, but it depends on what's out there for a buyer.
Very good.
I'll make the motion.
Before you do, is there anything that's an add-on besides the mower?
You'll see in there I have
You've got the brush or whatever you call it.
the brush mower, and it comes obviously with the sander and the different plows and the sweeper that is coming with it. But you'll see under 90, I think it's second from the bottom. No, I'll take that back. The third from the bottom. No, I apologize. I should have brought my readers with me.
Well, it comes with a snow blower, right?
Yeah, it comes with everything: snow blower, sweeper, sander.
And then dual wheels for the mower.
And the wheel, yeah, the mower, the wheel kit, but then you'll see there's a deep reduction gearbox option in there. And that, there are all kinds of attachments you can buy for this. For one, and the reason why I put that in there is when we do paving operations, one of the issues we run into is a milling machine where we're gonna have a joint, like say we're gonna go on Shimmer Road. We don't have that, none of the local paving companies. Allstate has one, and they're nice enough in their area, they'll do it for me. But it basically strides a keyway into the road, so when you're paving, you have a flush seam. They do make an attachment for this machine. They make numerous attachments, but they do make an attachment for this machine that you can get one of those put in front of it, so when you're paving, you can create those seams. But that place is outfitted with everything: a plow, sander, sweeper, and that flail mower.
Okay, so the reason I was asking about the mower is really the only add-on that would be different, because you're going to use the sweeper, you're going to obviously use the plow or snow plow, whatever. So in terms of the cost effectiveness of that, you're going to utilize your time, your staff's time to do the mowing. How does that compare to when we sub it out?
Subbing it out is $6,000 to $8,000 a month, so essentially 4 to 5 years' time, you will pay back that on the mower. And like I said, we don't, that's, the rail trail is above and beyond that 6,000 to 8,000. I'm not sure what they're paying for the rental, so like I said, we would be able to help them there. Basically, the way I looked at it, in 5 years' time, we'd be able to pay.
We'd be ahead of the game.
Yeah, and there are times during the year when we start, rainy days or several people are on vacation, sometimes tough trying to find work for 1 or 2 guys for a project. And I see it as a perfect thing, when you have that downtime where you need to have 1 guy without anything to do, you put him in the machine and send him off.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you. Sorry. Anything else?
Just, what's the time frame for the work?
They actually have one coming in shortly. The salesman just reached out to me to see where we're at last week, and I let them know we're meeting. So that is something that we can get this year.
Well, this year is a long time.
That's it, but like this summer.
Yeah.
He said he would have it coming in. So I mean, when I say this year, like this year, we wouldn't be hiring a contractor. My plan would be we would start going. That would take care of it. It would be an operation this year.
I'll make the motion.
How much, the exact amount or up to?
$240,380 from the Highway Cemetery Equipment Capital Reserve Fund.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And then as far as CIP, when I say this year, I'm just so used to being told these lead times on equipment. So last year we were approved through CIP to purchase a dump truck, and we've been really actively pursuing grants for it, and it looks like we are going to get a grant. There were 2 reasons why I didn't order one, is because pursuing the grants, and then I'm being told that we're up for a year on getting a truck, so we're in okay shape. So we didn't purchase that last year, even though it was slated then. But Mike Manley just advised me, I haven't got the final approval, but it looks like it's heading that way. They haven't finalized the dollar amount, but it was upwards of potentially $60,000 we could get on the grant. So that was good news with the dump trucks. Especially looking at the purchase, that's almost as much as this.
That's good news.
Then the second item I had is a fire alarm at DPW. I'm recommending we move on that ASAP. Amer let me come out to look at it. I didn't seek other quotes just because Amer has been so, they've been in the knowledge of our alarm systems at our facilities. They've been doing a lot here. They come out and look at our system. We're going to be able to use some of the components that are there. What is there right now is essentially a residential alarm panel that is not very stable. That was identified when we had the issues with the phone lines last year. But the total amount for that is $7,000, $7,765. We're not only going to use the existing heat sensors and components that are there, it's going to add a little bit more to it. Some smoke sensors in the break room in the offices. The smoke sensors can't be used in the garage because of the trucks and the heavy equipment. That's where the heat sensors. And this panel system is also designed that in the future, when we put in our plan for an addition on the DPW, that this can be added to with another zone. So it won't be like we'll have to seek another panel down, we'll have to see some components to get the other section of the whatever we build up and going. But right now, there's no active fire. We've got to get that up and going as soon as possible.
Any questions?
Well, I see in here, there's a bid also from Amer for Wickham Hall. Is that going to be addressed tonight or no?
I was just bringing it to your attention
Okay.
and just give you a little bit more information on that. I kind of keep going back and forth. Should we see how this system goes? Essentially, we have a smoke tank go down. We've had a lot of problems with the alarm panels here. What I've learned from working with Amer, who still has, they're in contact with the person, the programmer that designed this. He's retired, but Amer still communicates with him. So when issues come up, they often have to go back to him, but the company is no longer in business that makes these components. So we had a smoke head go down upstairs here earlier, actually last year, but sometime during the winter months, smoke went down, and they essentially told me they got the last one in the state and in the country, and that as failures occur, we're going to have problems. So sooner or later, it's inevitable that we do have to replace the panels and those components to match the new system. So I wanted to go out and just get a quote, and spoke with Mike Ramley about on it. So the decision needs to be made, and we see how it goes. If it starts acting up again, at some point in time, as far as planning, it is going to have to be replaced. Because if one of those components go down, you essentially lose the system.
So your hope is to utilize this system in your facility, see how it works, and then come back?
Yes, and we'll continue to monitor this. If this system acts up like it did last year, where we probably had the electrician in here communicating with that alarm program, I'd say no less than 3, maybe 4 times. If that continues, it's been good lately, knock on wood, but if that continues, then I would come back to the board sooner, saying that, sooner or later we should move forward with it. Knock on wood, it's been pretty good lately.
How long has it been in? 3 years?
Whenever the project was completed. And why?
Didn't we have a problem one night?
With that company.
Didn't we have a problem one night?
Oh, yeah, they had a good several.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there have been numerous with it. Last year was very problematic. Things have stabilized out lately, but then I've seen it work on a positive note where it was accurate. One of the failures was a valve that let go that was recently repaired, a valve let go in low pressure, and the alarm did what it was supposed to. It was very troublesome.
What's the turnaround to have it all installed?
I didn't ask with here, I asked with DPW, and they were first week of April, and I'm getting DPW for fire alarm. I told them I was looking at it, so it's approved.
I'll make the motion.
Do you think that's enough money, or do you need it rounded off?
I guess it's always safe to round it off, but they essentially told me to turnkey the same thing with the quote here.
Okay.
775?
Second? All right. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome, thank you. And then just on other driven this week, we started the pavilion down here this week. It's frames up and down, just waiting on the trusses. So they tell me they'll get me the trusses next week. If we get the trusses next week, I'll get the pavilion done. Basically, it's another week's worth of work over now, kind of standby over the trusses. So it's looking pretty good.
What size?
It's 20 by 20. I can share a picture with you.
I've already seen
You've already seen it. Everybody see it? Yeah, it's 20 by 20, so it'll be a nice size. Kind of making it so it's kind of a match the bridge. The gable ends will be the same color as the bridge. We're going to try and match the metal roof the best we can for the bridge. That is coming along well. And then the others we're still watching the dirt roads and the paved roads as far as posting them. Haven't seen a need for it yet. There's minimal frost. They started today over Richardson Park. I was talking to a contractor over there. There's not a lot of frost on the ground. The ditches are not frozen like they do the other time of year water flow. There's a possibility that we may only have to close a handful of roads, so just continue to monitor. I don't see any. I know some of the surrounding towns earlier in the month shut the roads down. I haven't seen the need. We're not getting the ruts yet in the dirt roads. If we do start getting the deep ruts, then I'll post them so it doesn't affect the car traffic. The dirt roads sustained a lot of damage this winter because we had to plow them several times when they fall out in mud. So there's an absolute mess. So I'm not necessarily worried about damage being done to them. I'm worried about rust being made by big trucks that cars can't get through. Otherwise, I'll leave them open. So there is a chance that I may not post all the roads this year, just looking at all that and following ones. But my dirt road usually this time of year is a mess. It's drying up during the day, but it's so windy.
Catching a break.
Exactly.
And we're in good shape with salt?
Yeah, we're still got plenty of salt in the thing. We used a lot, like that's in discussions. We have used a lot. Last 2 weeks it's been a real lot. The last storm was really warm, so we we made the decision not to pre-salt. Usually in a storm, it's very cold, the first couple of inches of snow will go out and salt to keep it from rolling over and turning into ice underneath. With the forecast was that it's going to be up in the 40s, we decided not to pre-salt, so we only have salt once that storm. Over the last 2 weeks, we used a lot of salt. We still should be well within our budget, you know, what the rest of the month will bring, so.
And there's good supply.
Yeah, I've been bear trucking and going about whenever I usually give them enough heads up notice, and they've been great at supplying it, so. Hopefully we won't be much more this year, but everybody's happy.
Yeah. Mildest winter I can remember. Ooh.
They just went to the groundhog and turned things around for us this year.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, Joe. Appreciate the work.
Thanks, Joe.
Which account did that 240 come from?
240 came from capital reserve, highway and cemetery equipment capital reserve fund for sidewalk plow. And then the other one's public works facilities expendable trust fund,
That's for the
fire alarm
alarm
system.
system?
Yep.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Public works facilities, ETF.
Okay.
Have a good night.
You do,
Good night,
thank
Joe.
you.
Julius, you want to talk to us about the directed spending request?
Yeah, so the next thing on the list is the Congressionally directed spending request. And so this is actually something that, from the council last year, we intended to find additional funds for the fire station. We were approved of, but obviously this time not approved yet. So this year, after working with Sarah, our goal is to apply for this grant with actually additional funding and to utilize that on the North Winchester, California Street reconstruction project. So we've also applied to the NDRC, but we've also applied to the Brains grant as well for this. The hope is that we're using this as a supplemental, just in case any of the grants do fall through. But we need the authorization from the board to begin the application process. So that's kind of the gist of it now. We don't have a whole lot of ideas out of how we break out the funding as of yet. We won't know until we see what level of approvals or disapprovals we get in the other grants.
Seems straightforward to me. I'll make the motion to authorize staff to apply for congressionally directed spending grants.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
You want to talk to us about the boathouse or the bathhouse?
Yes, and so the next thing is the.
Boy, we have the boat.
Yeah, that's right, we have the boat.
So the next thing is Richardson Park Bathhouse. And so as you can see through your packets, we did receive two vendors who applied to do the work. After reviewing them, one of them was substantially lower, more on the ballpark of what we were aiming for. And this was TCD construction. So we worked with Mike Jasmine has explained that we've worked with them previously for a number of other products. So to say that we know that their work is good, we check their vendors and the previous other vendors also said the same thing as well. The actual proposal, the cost here, is actually within a good margin of kind of what we anticipated. You'll notice that we did bump it from the base proposal from 300 up to the 396. That means that if there's any change orders that have to be done, we can compensate for that. But otherwise, I guess another really big selling point was that they're planning on having this completed before the start of the summer project, which the other vendor could not promise that they could do. So there's a lot of benefits for this vendor, and happy that they took on this opportunity, and we would like to follow through with this.
And did we hear, or did I hear correctly that they've already started?
No, they're not already started.
Okay,
No.
so was that who Joe was talking about, or was he talking about somebody else?
No, I think he was talking about the building, and he was saying that that has already started.
Oh, I thought he mentioned something about
Richardson Park.
Richardson Park, so.
Oh, yeah, no, it had, I know.
You can delete that last 30 seconds, right, Josh?
Of course.
Yeah. Any questions?
I'll make the motion to approve the award of the Richardson Park Bathhouse to TCD Construction and authorize the town administrator to sign contract documents and authorize expenditure up to $396,000 from the following sources. 396.
Oh, 396, I have 3460. 396, 065?
000.
Oh,
We rounded it up to
Oh, I see.
396
Okay, thanks.
from the Recreation Facilities Capital Reserve Fund,
Yeah.
Recreation Revolving Fund, and American Rescue Plan Act
Okay,
funds.
got it.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The request to pay the select board's monthly salary a week later in the month of March.
You notice that the request came from Theresa,
Yeah.
because it is a contested race. What will happen is they will overlap, so she's just asking to push it back and
Consent?
Do you need a vote or?
yes, I think she wants one just to make sure that she knows.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
All in favor?
So just for the clarification, which week of the month would it be? Also,
So this one would be, let's pull up for questions.
Probably be the fourth week,
the
right?
fourth week,
Yes.
the fourth week, okay.
Second, third.
She came
It's
to-
kicking it off a week. So.
Yeah.
The fourth week of the month, okay. I'm putting that into the minutes. Thank you.
And then did everyone except for me have an opportunity to review the personnel? It's my own fault. I can't read it, Julius, so when you resend it, I'll look at it.
I just passed it along to you. I didn't see that email until I was sitting.
Oh, no, it was my fault. But
Yeah,
everybody else.
I was able to view it with the markups and everything, so that was interesting. And it looks like it's got boilerplate stuff to make it legal. So,
Mike had told me a little bit about it. I talked to Edna as well today, just to make sure I was up to snuff. And so we sent it along to Primex did a review of it. Because it's a personnel contract, their employment manual in this case, they'll do reviews for free, and do some level of edits and markups. So everything that's included in this is just all, credible changes that have been made, make sure that we're up to current standards. And it's all basically, some form of leave or FMLA or something along those lines. So, yeah, boilerplate is pretty much
Okay.
do you want consent on that, or?
Just need consensus?
Yeah.
All right, you got it. What else have we got?
I guess it's just general updates from the rest of the list. Marking this typical board matters, you went down through that before you left, so these things should get us done, in case you got a chance to read those. Yeah, that should be the rest of it.
Then you'll see election work. I'll be there in the morning.
I will too.
Be out front holding the sign.
I don't know, but I'll be out front, I suppose. Your normal shift? Will you be able to cover for me at the end?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, so we got that covered.
Signs up.
A couple of them, yeah. If they haven't blown over. Anything else? Any non-publics? All right. Well, I didn't beat your record, but
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.